Can you describe what it was like witnessing that test?
Well, it's been described so many times, it's hard to, one cannot be very original about it. But the impressive thing is, of course, that flash of light. And it's...
Had you expected it? Did you, I mean, I know you had glass over your eyes, you were obviously expecting something, but was it an unexpected?
Well, it was much more than one could possibly expect.
Yes.
Yeah. We were actually about a minute before the thing was scheduled to go off. Titterton and I were there in the main control bunker, and we were in charge of the so-called fast timing, sending out timing signals to the various experiments during the last milliseconds before the thing was to go off. And we also sent out the pulse that triggered the thing off. But that was all, since it was in the last 100 milliseconds that we were dealing with, it was all automatic, and a minute or so before it was scheduled to go off, Titterton suggested that I go outside and have a good look. And well, being young and no responsibilities, I went out and along with 3 or 4 other people, Kistiakowski, I remember among them, we stretched out on the ground and to watch the thing. And
how far away were you?
6 miles.
Right.
It's 10,000 yards, but no one uses yards anymore. Which is just slightly less than 6 miles. And directly south. So and the winds were prevailingly from the west, so all the mushroom cloud and radioactive debris and so on went perpendicular to our line of sight.
It may have been described many times before, but it's an extraordinary thing to have witnessed that first blast.
Yeah, no, it's it's a little, well, one cannot really describe it because it's so impressive. It's my first comment was after the thing went off was to an MP who was at the door of the main control bunker. I don't know why he was there, but you know, he was supposedly to control access, but he wouldn't know who was to be let in and who was not to be let in. Many about it. He, after the explosion, no one had told him what to expect, and he was just totally white. And so my comment to him was that the war will soon be over, and of course it was.
That comment, the war will soon be over, was that impressed upon you by the blast? I mean, presumably you knew what.
Well, the fact that it worked.
It worked. Okay.
The fact that it worked. And such an enormous blast.
Yeah.
At 6 miles away, it takes about 30 minutes for, I'm sorry, 30 seconds for the sound wave to travel that distance, and of course the corresponding number of microseconds for the light to reach you. So after the flash of light had begun to dim, I stood up to get a better view of the rising mushroom cloud, and then realized the shock wave had not arrived. So I quickly got back down on the ground. But it is a rather curious thing to see the something happen, and then you are not aware of it really until 8 minutes, or rather, I'm sorry, 30 seconds later. I said 8 minutes because that's the length of time it takes for light to reach the Earth from the sun.
Did you see the sound wave traveling towards you? Do you see any?
No.
There's nothing. There's nothing to observe.
There was just suddenly this pulse of wind, and then the reverberation of the sound in the mountains nearby. You can just rumbled on like a heavy thunderstorm.
So, sorry.
if I had been standing, I don't know if I'd been knocked down, but some people claim they were.
Mm.
It's a bit of an exaggeration, I think.